Hello and welcome to this latest episode of Black Dog Does Alien Earth, episode 4.
Woo!
Woo! I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
And I'm Elton.
And yes, we will be covering this week's episode, which is called Observations, which is for Alien Earth. As ever, we'll do a non-spoiler and a spoiler section. This won't be a play-by-play. It will just be our thoughts. But last week, we did episode 3. Metamorphosis. But if you look at Google AI, that might have been called something completely different because it's been getting all the titles wrong. But but we did get some feedback on the Black Dog Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, and it goes something like this. Teresa Burnside kicked off the feedback with, "Nobody told me Billy Idol was going to be in this." It's a reference to Kirsch. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get to Kirsch soon enough, I'm sure. While Ben Rush wrote in and said, "Loving the theories, gents, the way it's going. If you continue doing the podcast specials, it makes me actually watch the show. 10 minutes into a certain battle for last week had me cursing at the screen. Not sure I can put up with depowering the alien that much more."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did have that conversation, didn't we? Acid that doesn't work. An alien that can be dragged around. Mm-hmm. Come on, doggy. And of course,
no, put it down. Put it down.
Down.
Let go of it. Let go of it.
Drop it. Put it down. Put it down.
I'll rub your nose in this.
I'll get the rolled up newspaper. I will.
Genital cuff.
Yeah. So I do kind of agree with Ben that it's been depowered to the level of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer cold opening generic kung fu kicking vampire henchman. You know, one of those ones always wears a plaid shirt and gets killed in about the first 2 minutes of the show.
I'll tell you what, right? The alien is sitting in a bar now with all the other things that have been depowered. You know, Borg is sat there going, you two as well, eh, son?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
First time. All sitting there in the depowered aliens, depowered villains. Yeah. Thanos
Indeed.
Sitting there going, "I killed the universe once. Got my head lopped off." Anyway, yeah, so I agree with that. Paul Kearns wrote in to say, "When we were at school, I took a media studies as an option. We had to make a short story board for a TV show based on a film. The one I made one of Alien, and the friends said they couldn't make it. The special effects would cost too much. Nearly 30 years later, I should have said, not yet, not for another 40 years. But that would have been a wrong franchise." Andy Palastides wrote in with just a GIF looking unimpressed. I have no idea why.
Nor do I. As it spelled?
Maginot. As in the Maginot Line.
I don't believe you. Can I hear it from the man himself?
No, you can't.
I'll just put this big spoon over there. There you go.
I'm seeing him tomorrow. I can't be doing with the staring. Anyway, Ian Stead, Ian Spaceship Stead said, "I was on the Breakfast in the Ruins podcast last night talking about the first 3 episodes, and I actually name-checked the Black Dog."
Ooh.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much for cross-pollinating that, Ian. If there's anyone from Breakfast in the Ruins podcast listening,
Yeah. We're sorry you're disappointed.
Yeah, we're sorry. Also, he said, I'm led to understand that this story ignores things like Prometheus and Covenant, etc., so no black goo.
Oh, who knows? Honestly. Who knows anything? I do not know. It probably ignores Alien and Aliens and Alien 3 and Alien versus Toasters or whatever it is. I don't know.
Well, I have heard, right? I have heard that by the end of episode 5, the head of the company just looks at the camera and goes, "Call in the Blade Runners." That's what he does. All right, okay. You heard it first here.
Yeah. We need RoboCop.
Oh man!
Anyway, he continues.
Quick, fix. Oh bollocks! I'll fuck this one up. Fetch my Skynet quickly. I need to speak to John Connor immediately.
Yeah.
You know they're writing this series each week, don't you? They haven't actually already filmed it. They're listening out. They've got the ears out on the internet to see which crazy fucking crackpot idea they can just throw in to the series.
Yeah, and then Tony Stark lands in his Iron Man suit and goes, "You rang,
Mr. Rogers.
you called." Darth Vader rocks up and goes, "I can help you with this."
Oh, don't, because all of that can actually happen.
Yeah,
it can happen.
It's all in
Nick
Disney.
Fury suddenly steps out of the shadows. And let me tell you about the Prometheus initiative.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have discovered.
Up comes the lightsaber. Anyway, Ian continues. I have 3 to 4 different versions of Alienverse in my noggin now. Alien as in the Alien Leading Edge RPG, which is not bad, tied to aliens. The Alien 3 Free League, RPG, which encompasses all the movies, all of them, so all the fecking Black Goo nonsense and all the Dark Horse comments. Then you got Alien Surrender Dawn, a lost fan-based setting which combines Leading Edge and Dark Horse with space jockeys, and they're in Alien. And then there's one more. I've always considered Outland to be part of the Alien franchise too.
Yep.
Comics-wise, we also have 2 there, Dark Horse and Marvel. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I think at this point, you just go, I like this version, I'll stick with this one. That's the way it works. While Jeffrey Mark Hyman says, I suppose it's worth checking out the show if you're still recording these. Yes, we are. And I think until such time as we break down crying, we will continue to do these now.
You know, 1 week it's just going to be us sitting there going...
Exactly.
For 45 minutes straight.
Yeah.
What do you think of this week's episode?
What's that? Mr. Ed's coming to help. We're
all so very tired.
Yes. Star Trek 27. So very old. Yeah, and Ollie Monk over on Blue Sky, he hits us up to basically jump in on the theories, because we all went a bit tinfoil hat last week, didn't we?
I love it.
Did we?
We went tinfoil hatty enough.
Well, the problem is that half the time I fucking called it. Anyway,
you did. Yeah. Fucking cool. What's that noise? That's Lee, that is. That's Lee calling it. That's what it is.
Hold on. This was me watching it this week.
I fucking knew it.
You are the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. The point at the screen.
But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So old jumps in with alien Earth thoughts. There are 5 alien organisms on the Maginot, and Morrow makes 6. So, okay. Wendy is linked to the alien.
He's a cyborg.
Well, there's another life form, isn't it? Wendy is linked to the alien. Nibs is linked to the eyeball. Slightly to Morrow, and will the others all end up being linked to an alien each? Also, 5 aliens, 5 corporations, each one with the alien being Weyland-Yutani. So each alien's going to end up at a different corporation. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, right, okay.
Because we got that laid out this week as well, didn't we?
So
explicitly.
It's the nuclear deterrent
thing.
Angle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, thanks for that. We may have more theories by the end of the evening. I'm thinking. I'm guessing. Maybe.
I've got one.
I bet you have.
I don't want to speak its name though, because you
Just,
bet your
ju-
life it'll
ju-
be.
ju- 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 I've got one. I've got one. I've got a couple. But anyway. Anyway, and what's that, Jimmy Cricket? You come to help? Anyway,
Oh, bug.
yeah, yeah. When one of the one of the samples starts going, "When you wish upon a star." Anyway,
I can
right.
see the scene, but it's like, the alien's going to go in for the kill. All of a sudden, it gets knocked sideways, and it's like, "Don't worry, we'll save you. Who are you? I'm Michelangelo. This is Leonardo."
Donatello. No, let's just stop it.
I'm Batman.
Yeah,
Lego Batman's turning up. Yes.
Yeah. The aliens aren't in Batman's basement. Batman's in alien's attic. Anyway, right. So let's get on to this week's episode. Observation, episode number 4. I won't say who it's directed by because I have absolutely no way of pronouncing that name. It's Olga Hoxdottir. Anyway, yes,
That's close enough. Yes.
that's close enough.
Some
The-
foreign person.
Yes. It's been edited by foreign. No, so featured crazy music at the end credits this time was Ocean Size by Jane's Addiction, which
Okay.
I didn't get to listen to because as soon as it went, I just fuck off and did my usual.
I want Alice in Chains, Them Bones at some point just to be screamed on there. I would love that. That would be a good one for me.
Oh, I'm reckoning at some point Katy Perry's Extraterrestrial's going to turn up. He's getting a bit on the nose. Anyway, so the plot is this week is after recovering from the events of last week's episode, Wendy's sound range is modified, and Boy Genius wants to know if she can communicate or understand the creature's language. That's all I'm saying, because this is the non-spoilery bit. That's just the premise. So let's go around the table. What did you think of this week's episode, Darren? Elton, what did you think of this? No, go on, Darren. Go on.
It's the final bit of the episode that
Yeah,
you could see coming from a mile away.
yeah,
It really, it's like a blinding flashing light. You can't see anything else around it. It kind of just takes away from any good that might have happened
Oh, okay.
in the
It
show.
was that potent, was it?
I think so. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at it thinking, Lee's going to fucking hate this. Oh, it was him. He called it, and this is getting far too predictable now.
Well, I willed two things into the world. I willed 2 theories from last week into the world, and both appeared in this episode. And in both times, I went,
I fucking knew it.
sat there every time. So, but I will get to those in the spoiler
Lee
section.
Metcalf, scriptwriter.
Well, to be quite honest, it's getting that way. I'm feeling like that might be my next career move. Because
Why
fuck
not? Fuck
me.
it. Just do it.
Mm.
Just fucking do it.
Okay, so you thought? What did you think of the rest of the episode? The ending aside.
Again, there are some nice bits in it, but that's it. It's like sorting through a bucket of Lego to find the bit you want. It's just the bucket of Lego is a bucket of Lego, and it's nothing interesting until you find the one. The bits that are interesting are the little bits that you accidentally fall over.
Or you step on.
Yeah. It's like Aid Edmondson, I thought was really, really good in this episode,
Yeah.
right? He was really quite menacing and very sort of, you have no power here, It was that. He went from being, just background character to, with one look,
Yeah.
A couple of the characters, he's like, this is trouble.
Yep.
So, I mean, all props to Aid Edmondson for his acting and stuff like this. So he was really, really good. I really liked him.
Who knew that Eddie Hitler would be that threatening?
Yeah, exactly. You know?
Alien, you utter bastard.
Yeah. There wasn't so much from my actual favourite character in this so far, which is Kush. Is it Kush? Yeah. Is that the name? Kush, yeah.
Kush.
Kush, yeah. Not too much from him this week.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I think Timothy Olyphant's really good in this as well.
Yeah.
He's my standout character, because he gives all the same expressions that I'm giving during this show. You know? Like when a character starts going completely mental behind him and he just turns and gives you that face of fuck off. It's that fuck off look. So Timothy Olyphant, as far as I'm concerned, is the audience. He's the general audience reaction, or he's at least us three.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is it.
Okay.
We've been given, we are manifest within this show. There you are.
Okay. Elton, what's your feeling?
I think I'm a sucker for punishment, because I quite liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from one little bit at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the teeny tiny little bit that won't annoy anyone at all.
I couldn't imagine what you were talking about.
Oh, well, let me lay it on the line for you.
I'd rather you didn't in the non-spoiler section.
I like all the stuff between trying to remember their names now. You got Morrow talking to Toodles slightly. I like all that stuff. I like the Wendy stuff, and boy, I think I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
I'm really sorry. I'm enjoying it.
Do
not apologize for enjoying it.
Yeah. If they cut all the stuff with the alien out of this,
yeah,
I wish they just called this Wayland or something like this, right? And just had it all about the AI stuff.
Well, I mean,
I'd watch the shit out of that. I really would. They've all been really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of following on from what we've been saying for a while now, isn't it? It's like the writer's clearly interested in the what makes you human kind of vibe. For me, non-spoilery, I sit somewhere between the pair of you. Bizarrely, there were things that absolutely made my eyes roll like a fucking fruit machine in Vegas. And I was just like, oh, just do me a fucking favor. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, okay, well, they could do something clever with this. We'll have to wait and see. So I tempered my explosive outrage at the end. That's all I'm saying. That moment of sitting there going,
I fucking knew it,
while spitting my tea all over my lap.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep using that. I feel like it's a section now. And then but then the rest of it, the sort of the nature of corporate greed and amoral corporate stuff and what makes you human and all this kind of thing. I thought all of that stuff was really interesting, and it's clearly winding up something really worth sticking with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on a tipping point here. I totally am with you, Dal, with the alien stuff, but I've been like that since the start, I think.
Yeah.
I think we all have, really.
But I've got a theory now with that, which I don't even want to will into the world, but we'll see. We'll see. But on the one hand, I kind of like, okay, fine. It's called Alien. You know, it's the IP that's getting the foot in the door, and it's the money maker. So fine. The humans, androids, cyborgs, synths, whatever you want to call it, the corporation side of things, the amorality, the whole thing like that, all the corporate shenanigans, that to me is the far more interesting thing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Although peace, props to Googly iPod for winning me over with some creepy ass shit. And Captain Trapdoor was in the house for a bit of creepy shit, which brings me to one of my theories. But we'll do that when we get to the spoiler section.
yeah.
Overall, I think this was a better episode than the one before, because I think the one before had to do all that shit with we got to kill the alien, we got to get the brother. Hold on, where is the brother? I'm sure I've seen him somewhere. Oh, there he is. So
Still 98% charged.
Still on 98% charge after 15 years and having half the battery removed. And yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, it was irritating me. But this one, they've kind of, the alien stuff really took a backseat to a certain point, and I think the show was stronger for it. So, yes. So let's just trigger our not very well faded out jingle for the spoiler zone. Here we go.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.
So here we are in the spoiler zone. If you haven't, hold on, just to really top it off. There you go. If you really don't want to hear any spoilers, I'd suggest you just stop, go watch the episode, and come back. Otherwise, like I said before at the start, we're not going to do a play-by-play. We never do in these episodes. We're just going to pick out bits from the episode that interested us or riled us up or anything like that. We're not going to go story beat by story beat, though. Given how long these episodes have been in the past, maybe we will if you edit it together like Pulp Fiction. Okay, so let's get the elephant in the room out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go on.
The
I fucking knew it.
moment.
Yep.
There's two of them, and I'll do the one which we're all going to talk about, but one which I think you guys might have missed last week when I was going through when we were all wearing our Baco 4 hats. The one thing I said was the Peter Pan analogy, and that we needed to have a crocodile with a clock in it.
Yep.
And the click, 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 click was
Yeah.
the crocodile. And then Boy Genius, he came out and explicitly said it
Yep.
in this episode. And I'm like, fucking hell. All right. This is in that point. This is getting to that point now where it's like subtext is for cowards. I'm just going to spell it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
It was fun when we had our thoughts and they don't explain it to us. But once they show they're working out in the margin, then it's like, oh, okay.
mm-hmm,
Thanks for that.
mm-hmm.
Didn't need to do that. Didn't solve
like-
anything.
No.
It's like explaining a really simple joke, like my dog's got no nose. How does he smell? Terrible. Did you get that? Because it's like, it's a play on words, like, because he's got no nose, so he can't smell, or you think that, but then actually you can turn it around and say, how does he smell? And he's like, terrible, as in the body odour. I'll go through it again, because I don't think you quite got it, right? Okay. So you got this dog with no nose, and it's like that. It's just...
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what you're thinking.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the Peter Pan crocodile analogy thing, I was just like, oh, please, you didn't need to say it out loud. You could have just trusted the audience.
No, why would they do that?
Yeah, which is funny because I'm hearing all these reviews. I mean, I listened to one podcast that's about film and TV, and they literally were like, "Oh, I love this show. It's really good. It's really clever, and all the metaphors. It's really deep." And it's like, is it though?
No, it's not. It's too on the nose.
Mm.
It's way too on the nose to be deep and clever.
Yeah, especially when every time it thinks it does something deep and clever, or at least something that makes the audience go, "Oh, I can put the pieces together," it immediately has a character come out and literally say to the camera, "By the way, it's Peter Pan and it's the crocodile because you can hear the tick-tock."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, for
Mhm.
fuck off. just fuck off. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with that element because I feel like it's, I don't know about you guys, but if you start to predict stuff and it starts to happen,
Mm.
do you feel like you want to watch more because you're sitting there going, well, if I can predict the plot beats almost 7 days in advance of the actual episode, what's he doing that's new? What's he doing that's interesting?
Yeah.
I sit there worrying about the world because if I'm getting all the plot points and predicting correctly what's going on,
Mm.
I get worried. Like,
Why?
how is this broken? Why is this broken so much that I'm actually getting this completely? I love a show where I have to guess and make predictions, and I'm always completely wrong.
Mm.
Always. Bar none. I think I got one thing in Lost
Yeah.
that was a major thing, and I got it before anyone else. And I wrote it on the internet, and it was there, preserved on the internet until they took down that forum. I
Yeah.
was like, I got that before anyone else. There's my proof.
Yeah.
But I love shows where we have to think about it and predict and have predictions all the way through, because that keeps me interested in it, and it keeps my entertainment going.
Mm.
Yeah.
If
Does it provoke a discussion?
Yeah, and there's a back and forth about things, and I think this, and you think that, and then that sparks me off again, and I love it. I think it's creative from the audience side of things as well.
Yeah.
When I'm getting it and guessing it, something's gone wrong. That's the problem.
I think you're underestimating yourself there. I think you're selling yourself short.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, to be quite honest, guessing and getting things right is just media literacy after a while.
Yeah,
You know, everyone knows what a Chekhov's gun is nowadays, but back when Chekhov said, "Oh, there's a theory which says if I show you a gun, that gun's going to get shot by the end of the film,"
mm-hmm.
nobody had that idea then. I don't think it's that bad. I think the problem is right now is that the show is acting like it's high on its own supply, that it's cleverer than Yao, and it's going to be cleverer than Yao all the way through, and then it's going to go, "Ha ha! Look at me!" and you go, "Yes, I know you're not as clever as you think."
Yeah. See, I know it's not as clever as it thinks,
Mm.
and I'm still enjoying it. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
That's fine. You're allowed to, man. You're allowed to.
Yeah.
I know. It's just, it's weird. I normally I would come right down on this. Maybe it's because I know what I don't like in it, and I'm keeping that separated. I think it might be that.
Yeah, well, it's always the way, isn't it? If the good that you enjoy outweighs the bad that annoys you, then you give it a pass. You know, I don't enjoy the first 35 minutes of Muppet madness in fucking Return of the Jedi, but I still love the film because I still love that last 40 minutes on the Death Star, for example. So, you know, you take what you take from it and, you know, make what you will of it. I mean, I fucking hate the Street Fighter movie, but Raul Julia going, "Of course," and "It was Tuesday," you know, and all this sort of thing just makes me love it. So, whatever, you know, you find your way through. You enjoy what you do. You take what you can from the media and you bring it on board.
Okay, what's the other elephant then?
Okay. It's a bit like Gremlins. When at the end of Gremlins, and they talk to Gizmo,
Mm-hmm.
and Gizmo goes like this.
Mhm.
Yeah, Wendy's sitting there doing it to a fucking chest burster.
Yep.
And once again, I give it the
I fucking knew it.
because I called that whole talking to the aliens. What was it, episode 2?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that has kind of cemented something else in my head now.
Go on.
This is another, maybe it is a crackpot theory, right? But
Go on.
we don't have a queen.
You
Or do
son of a
we?
bitch. You've put you
Wendy. Wendy's going to be the queen.
Son of a bitch. I hate you for even putting that out in the world. I mean,
Yeah. Aliens themselves, the actual alien itself is good when it's out on its own. But, it can operate like that. But I think once a queen is involved, then, yeah.
I'm gonna change that a little bit.
Go on.
I think it's Nibs.
Oh, what? Crazy go bonkers ginger girl.
Yeah, I think the aliens are talking to her as well. Like she doesn't know.
Yeah, we got to talk about Nibs in a bit more detail, I think, because I suspect that's a boulder coming down the road that's going to cause a lot of fucking aggro. I think.
She's not so much Roy Batty, more Roy completely fucking Batty.
Yeah,
that's what she is.
Nora Batty.
Nora Batty.
There's one for the Americans.
There's
luck
one
on that one.
Yeah, there's one for the Americans and kids under the age of 35. The alien queen thing. I was going on a slightly different tactic. Yeah, because here's my crazy theory for today, and I really hope I'm not doing I fucking knew it when I hit this one. I'm putting this out in the world, so you're going to have to forgive me.
In a universe, whether it goes on the show or not, there is a universe where this has actually happened because you've suggested it. That's the way the multiverse works.
Right. Okay. So, we have the fact that Wendy can hear the aliens, right?
Yep.
And we know that since she went looking for what's his name on the Maggio. Yeah? Went looking for Nokia Boy on the Maggio. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, we also know that she heard some calls and cries and she didn't quite understand what she was hearing, but she felt that she was able to interpret what she was thinking and hearing into voices and sounds, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not her manipulating the aliens are manipulating her. I reckon the first alien twigs that she's there, goes after Herman's Hermits, the Nokia Boy, and it doesn't kill him, right? Multiple times. Right?
Yeah.
I'm even coming to this conclusion. The only time I've seen that before, now that I think about it, is Alien 3. Right? When it went up and it was going to kill Sigourney and then it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was going to kill Charles Dutton. Oh, I can't even remember his character's name. But it didn't because she was in the way. So there's a precedent in the alien universe for aliens being clever enough to manipulate a situation, and we've seen it. And now someone who thinks they're clever is writing a story where they are going to release their captured brethren
Right. Okay.
using her. I think that's what's going to happen. She's talking to it, but it's also talking to her. And this goes to the other thing that I think is the main theme of this show now, which is what makes you human. And it's been mentioned by old boy Genius that really the people who are the Lost Boys, which they've been dwelling on for a lot of time, all the kids are just voices in the heads of robots. Yeah?
Wow.
He said that out loud, and then Aid Edmondson said it. You know, she is property. She is nothing more than software in a machine. The eyeball Oculus thing is the representation of that, because it jumps into a sheep and it takes over and it tries to stand up in a creepy scene.
I love that.
I did love that scene. We'll get to all of that in a minute. But this is the crazy theory, and it reprograms the sheep. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got several different times where something has and then you got Slightly being influenced by Morrow in his head.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Oculus manipulating the sheep in its head, and now you've got the alien inside Wendy's head.
Yep.
I think it's all about what's human. Well, is Wendy human when she's a normal kid's brain inside a simulation robot?
Who's in control?
Who's in control of the body? Does that make you human? Does the shape of you make you human? Is the intellect inside? And I think that's the big theme that's going to come all the way down the pipe, and it's going to get paid off when Eyeball Thing ends up in Boy Kavanaugh and starts steering him around.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's fucking on the cards.
Yep.
And the alien is going to manipulate Wendy until she goes and does something. Probably lets them all out. Slightly's being manipulated by Morrow. So he's been, so is Slightly in control? No, he's not. He's being controlled like a puppet by something else. And there's three different independent stories, and they're all going along the same path, which is you're human, but you're human being controlled by something else. So is that thing human now? Are you human? Who can say?
Yep.
And I really hate the fact that I hate that would be even the possibility, because it really devolves down to a fucking stupid story of, who's piloting who. It's
very
just
true.
like,
Just to offer a slight
Ratatouille,
counterpoint.
isn't it?
Yes, exactly, Ratatouille.
They'll watch Ratatouille at some point. You know that.
Oh God.
Yeah, just to offer a slight counterpoint to your
Go on.
theory.
Go
One
on.
of your theories there, Lee.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be Wendy that lets them out. Right? This is like, you've got to treat this like an episode of Casualty. Right? Okay. The guy that's talking, or the Morrow's talking to, right? He's the one that's going to cause the accident. It's going to be him. He's the one that's going to let everyone loose, and it's not going to be intentional. It's because he's going to be so fucking. It's going to be a clusterfuck, because he's going to go after one of those eggs, and somehow, I don't know, like there's going to be a wobbly ladder with a can of paint on it or something like that. You know, a Casualty goes, and it's going to call an 18-car pileup of some sort of description, metaphorically, and the facehuggers are going to get out, and that's what it's going to end with. It's going to end with. That's how the series is going to end. That's the final shot you're going to see, is the facehuggers getting loose, as well as all the other aliens with it. And then you're going to go out there, and then season 2 of this is going to be Earth War.
Blimey, that's bold.
Mixed with mixed with the what was that other Dark Horse one where you had two different sets of aliens fighting against one another.
Oh, God.
Because I think you're right about the other girl. You got Wendy, who'll have control of one set, and you'll have Nora Batty.
Yeah.
Nora Batty, who'll have control of the other ones, and it's all going to be down to their personality as to how these things operate. I think.
Alien was.
I'm
Alien?
going there, man. I'm
God.
going there. I'm sorry. It's gone the way we thought, and it's like they're going to take it. This is where they're going.
Wasn't that Alien Genocide where you had like the black aliens and the red aliens?
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was called Civil War or something like that. But oh God, what was that actually in? I'm looking it up now. Man looks up, think. No, you're absolutely right. Alien Genocide.
Yep.
It's going to. They're nicking stuff now. They're going to start nicking from the comic books now, right? That's what they'll do. They'll base their plot on comic book plots.
Well, the talking to the aliens, that was in the Earth. What was the Earth one that you just said then?
Earth
War. Yeah, that was because that was supposed to be Ripley, and then they changed the name of Ripley to something else because they had Ripley and Hicks on board that ship, and then they changed the names later on. But there was moments where I could almost hear them actually talking, and there was a communication there.
Can I just ask, by the way, you know the very last Alien film that came out, the one with
Romulus.
Ripley in it? No, not Romulus, but the one with Ripley in it.
Resurrection.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know like what year that was set in?
Yes.
Oh, that was donkeys on from all of the others.
That's like 300 years in the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, what bollocks are you coming up with now?
Do you remember how that film ended? What was the final thing we saw? They got to Earth and they flew over Earth, and there were no buildings or anything. It was just greenery and God knows what else, right? Okay.
What
now?
Yeah. Go on.
What if they're going to try and link those two together so that the final bit of that film shows you an Earth that got completely overrun, no more humans left? Because we don't. I mean, yeah.
The problem with that is that the only thing we do know is that this does tie into Alien and Aliens. So we're safe to assume that when the Nostromo leaves and when the Colonial Marines leave, the Earth is fine.
Right.
That's the only thing we do have solidly put down. As far as communication is concerned, I was going to say the only other thing I was going to say was there was the comic. What was it called? It was either called Hive or Sacrifice. I can never remember which one's which, but it has a priest living in the hive with all the aliens because the hive is diseased and he's got a chest burster in him, and the chest burster's died, but because the chest burster's still inside him, the aliens don't attack him.
Oh.
So he can wander around. And it was an idea that they later took to be the bad guys in the last Aliens video game, which is called Dark Descent, the RPG game. Not the RPG, the sort of top-down, sort of turn-based game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what you can do is you are facing off against these scientists who had worked out that, the only way to stay safe from the aliens was to basically have a cavity in your chest with a chest burster in basically a container. And the chest burster was in some kind of weird stasis. So they had all these pipes and everything, life support strapped onto them.
Oh, I remember that, yes.
And so the aliens wouldn't attack them. And they would control the aliens because they had this sort of chest burster inside them. And they basically deformed themselves, cut themselves all up like sort of Event Horizon style.
Yep.
And they had this sort of cylinder like I say, embedded in their chest deliberately with a chest burster. But it was
It's like Iron Man thing, wasn't it?
yeah, exactly, and it's like a stasis field to keep it asleep. But because it's in there, the aliens would treat them as, infected and would attack them. I am wondering, using that, whether or not old Nokia boy is going to be the one who catches a face hugger from Slightly's escape plan.
Right.
Because let's be honest, his plot armor's so fucking strong at this point. It's he's one lung down. He's one lung down. He's utterly indestructible by the plot measure, and if he gets face hugged, it would not surprise me to find that Wendy's being manipulated by the aliens, saying essentially we'll burst out of him if you don't do what we say.
I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. Or she has to keep walking around with him, calming the thing inside him.
Yeah.
I hate myself for putting these theories out in the world, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think she's going to have to be like the alien whisperer or something, and she's just going around keeping them docile by talking to them. And when she realizes one's inside old what's his name, old Nokia boy, I think hold on, where are we? There you go.
I don't completely hate that, actually.
You don't?
Yeah, because I remember seeing that image of the aliens in like that bubble thing in their chest, thinking that was quite cool at the time. I don't mind going down that route at all.
Yeah. Well, Darren, how do you feel about that? Then?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems a bit soon to do that sort of thing, though. You'd think that was like season 4 or season 5, once you've got like a solid audience that are well in there.
Well, yeah. Admittedly, I mean, we're all talking out the top of our hats anyway. But it's just if we're gonna do all this crazy shit, and we know old Nokia boy's never gonna die ever, because he's essentially the only reason why Wendy does anything.
Yeah,
they aren't gonna face hug him and then suddenly go, "Oh yeah," and he got better. It's just like what? What on earth? Yeah. Anyway, so that's a crazy theory for you all to chew over and hate. I'm very sorry to have brought that into the world.
I have some theories. Seeing that we're doing theories already.
Yeah, go for it.
So Kirsch, he's doing all these operations, and he's mucking around with these other life forms as well.
Yeah.
And we've only really done the eyeball one, and the I hate calling it the actual alien itself. They're the only two that we've really looked upon, and that's fine, because it leaves us plenty of scope to do other things, because he's doing it with Toodles, I think it is.
Yeah.
And he's downloading. See, in this episode, we learned that they can do the Matrix thing of just downloading knowledge.
Yes.
And that's it. They're getting more and more clever and understanding more and more things and becoming real scientists, and to the point where he's like evolving and going, do you know what? I don't want Toodles as my name. I want it as Isaac. And that's cool. That shows progression. That shows growth as well. Real quick growth. Like the alien growing up really, really quickly. These children are growing up really, really quickly. Their development is beyond off the charts, really.
Yeah.
So you've got a real clever person there. Kirsch knows that not Smee. Who's the guy talking tomorrow?
Oh, you mean Slightly?
Slightly. He's in on that conversation, so he knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
He's going to be using slightly to gain control because I think Kersh's already pissed off with old boy Cavalier. Absolutely.
Yes.
He wants shot of him.
Yes.
I don't think he'll end up with an eyeball creature in his eye, old boy Cavalier. I think
Really?
Kersh, I think he's going to get face hugged. I think he's going to get the alien. I think Toodles / Isaac is going to get the eyeball. Because there's no precedent said that they don't go for synthetics because it went for nibs. I think that wants control. And I think I said this in the first episode we did. I think that grabs hold of you and controls you. And I still think that. And I think once Toodles is downloading all of this information, he becomes really brainy. Then you've got this eyeball in control of his synthetic body.
Yeah.
And Kersh is going to let it happen.
Right.
That's what I think.
Interesting. Okay. So what do you think Kersh's end game is? I asked this to bear of you. But... Go on.
He doesn't like the way that Boy Cavalier talks to him.
That much is clear.
He really doesn't like it. He doesn't like being belittled by him because he is constantly belittled by him.
Yes.
And I think once you remove Boy Cavalier, then he's kind of in charge of everything. Although I do have a thought about Adrian Edmondson as well. But that will come along later on.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Kersh would manipulate things to let slightly try and help Morrow, but it really is helping himself. And Toodles would get the eyeball thing in him, and that will control him.
Right.
Then everything escalates.
Interesting. Okay.
That's when the weird shit happens.
And that's when it gets really weird. Yeah. So what about you, Dal? What do you think Kersh's plan is? What's his kind of aim?
Well, I think you're right. I think Kersh is fine with people that treat him with respect. I think for Kersh is fine with that. But it's this because he looks on human beings as an inferior species anyway, right?
Yeah.
I get that impression from what he's actually said. But there are humans he will tolerate because he kind of gets on with them. They're not like the female doctor that's there. So I think he's fine with that. He obviously doesn't like the way the kids are being brought up as these new AIs, the sort of way they're not showing their full potential.
No.
For what they could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Kersh could give or take. He could take or leave human beings,
right.
But the ones that are getting in his way by just being rude and just not
being kind of dicks.
Yeah, especially Boy Genius is going to get it the worst, right?
Oh yeah,
that's it. When Kush sees his opportunity, he's going to take it and he's going to make it look like an accident.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he's quite a cold individual.
Yeah.
He's got a set of parameters that he wants to follow to get to this point.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder as well about who controls these synthetic humans. Because obviously you can hack into a synthetic human because you've got the kids who are now whose minds are now in synthetic human bodies.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the I don't know if they're actually made by a certain company and sold to other companies,
Right.
so they can have assistance. If they are, then that opens up an interesting thing of, so is the company that makes these going for supremacy
Yep.
by using subterfuge of making people who buy these androids think, or these synthetic humans, that they are in control of them, when all of a sudden they're acting as spies because they can have their eyesight hacked, they can have their ears hacked.
Yep. Yep.
You
I
know?
mean, it's interesting you say about being spies and all this kind of thing, and I just because because Kirsch is obviously listening in on Slightly,
yeah,
which we know for a fact, and we also know that that Boy Kavanagh is checking in on them all because he knows that he's like, and also Aid Edmondson is like, we record everything that you did while you were on the Maginot.
yeah.
And it's like, okay.
What? Even that thing where I wanked into someone's cornflakes?
Yeah. The
What?
kids go mad for Harry.
Well,
sorry.
well, no, not that.
No.
We didn't know about that, but thanks.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I think that's interesting. I think the idea of, the kids only being, being given the appearance of free will until such time as actually they don't. We can just hit this button and they're not. But that also ties into the thing I was talking about, of just like, you've got a body, it's being piloted by a human brain, so does that make them human? Or if it's got an eyeball with tentacles going and turning around and moving them, is that now human? Or is it not? And if the alien itself is manipulating Wendy, is that human? Though I have to say, I'm really starting to wonder if she's going to just do as you say, do the alien queen thing of taking control of all of them and just sending them out like attack dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think so. And I think it will be possibly that's one of the ways that the Boy Genius is going to go.
Oh.
That's Jurassic Park again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The Raptors.
Oh, no. Oh, Lordy.
She'll be on a motorbike.
Yeah.
It's more Jurassic Park than you think. It depends on which version of John Hammond you're looking at. Are you looking at the film version of John Hammond, or are you looking at the book version of John Hammond? Two very different characters.
Yeah.
One, Father Christmas. The other one, evil old Git.
Yeah. Yes. That's very true.
Right.
Yep. Who wasn't there for the sequel. Thank you very much in the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
so this is another this is episode. This is casualty bingo, or should I say casualty roulette. So how is the Boy Genius going out of this series?
Yeah.
Is he going out as a fucking carrier of the Microsoft or whatever Oculus, or is he going to come a cropper from one of the other
androids?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I say, I think, yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling that it's going to be, oh God. I can't avoid the feeling that essentially he's going to go down with the reprogramming, that his body is nothing more than a shell for an eyeball. I think that's the ultimate irony death for him, because that he's been so blunt about, like, oh, you're just a piece of property. You're just my thing. You might have kids' brains, but you're in a $20 trillion metal body. sort of thing. You have no rights. You are just my property. You are just a thing that you pilot, and then it's just going to end up with him. Especially when he stared the bloody thing out and goes, on me, sort of thing. It's like, yeah, you are going to get fucked up by some kind of big googly eyeball sheep.
Do we think that the boy genius is going to be transferred into a synthetic body? Because he's talking about why is he doing all of this? And I don't think it's for the betterment of mankind. I think it's for the betterment of him.
Well,
and if he helps anybody out along the way, then that's just, that's just something, it's the things caught in the wake of what he's doing. Because he is the Peter Pan character, and he is looking for immortality, for eternal youth. And what is Peter Pan?
Exactly.
Intense Peter Panning intensifies.
Yes, he is. He is definitely Peter Panning himself, isn't he?
He is definitely Peter panhandling himself. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Okay, moving away from the aliens for a moment, because I think it's easy to kind of circle that drain until the cows come home, because it is conspiracy theory-tastic at this point.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Nibs? Because she's clearly cracked, and not only cracked, but I was wondering if, during the in-depth screening of the kids before you brought them in for your multi-trillion-dollar experiment into eternal life, whether or not you might have asked them, how's your religious beliefs, everyone? Because this might affect how you view being in an immortal body as an eternal child forever. And, I think she's cracked proper.
Well, what is it that phrase says? It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is, or it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. And that's the whole thing with this. It's that we'll worry about it later. Just do it, and then if somebody says anything, act all humble and go, "Oh, really sorry. I've thought a lot about myself and what I've done, and I realize." And it's just that really insincere kind of apology. Are you sorry because you're actually sorry, or are you sorry because you got caught?
Yeah.
Would you have still carried on past this point? Say if you hadn't been caught at that point, would you still to this day be doing what you're doing?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in the show, for those of you who are still here, the audience who are not caring about spoilers, Nibs kind of confesses, despite being an android, that she's pregnant, and so the psychologist, whose name I cannot remember, is it Dame?
Dame Sylvia?
Sylvia, that's it. So Sylvia tries to calm her down and explain that that this isn't possible. To which I think it's safe to say Nibs has an adverse reaction to that.
Yeah,
loses her shit, in fact, because she knows how babies get there, because God just drops them in, apparently. And, Mary didn't have to have sex to have a baby.
No.
So that's how this is working. That's how it's going. How do you think this is? What do you think this means in the context of the show, and what do you think is going to happen? Open to all. Go for it.
I would take this one first.
Go for it.
I was shocked at this revelation that she was pregnant, or thinks that she is pregnant, because I did not see this coming at all. I honestly, as I said last week, thought they should be ripping her eyeballs out and going all Event Horizon on us. Just going, my God, my programming is sending me doolally. Give me some eyeball monsters instead of my own eyes.
Yeah.
And this is a very different path in which I thought she'd be walking. But I'm just wondering whether if she's getting spoken to by the aliens and she's getting confused because she doesn't know what that was.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm just wondering if it is, or maybe I don't know if it's a control thing where she feels so out of control she needs to control something, and so she's kind of controlling her own destiny. I'm going to do this for the next 400 years and pretend that I'm actually going to have a baby.
Yeah.
And if shit goes down and there are aliens around and she can speak to them, then she has her children. But I wasn't a fan of her character up until this week.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's gone, oh, this is really fucking dark. Because you got a child's thoughts in there, but the control on that system, when she jumps on Sylvia, that's just the dark look on her face of, no, I could fuck you up right now. Do you want to see if your head turns all the way around? We can do that.
Yeah.
That's just, I love that. And then she snaps out of it and goes back to Kitty as well.
Yep.
But it's as if she's not in control of that.
Right, okay. So you think that's something alien related, do you?
I don't know if that's alien related. I think that is just like a misstep, because Cavalier, he was all excited about his new toys, and now he's got more new toys in the shape of the aliens. And he's kind of taken his eye off the ball. And I think that is brought up because of, doesn't Sylvia's husband, we find out that he's talking about, he wanted all these kids and now he's got the aliens, and he's dealing with them now. So that really they're not functioning and looking after the children as much as they should be. No. And this could be like a sidestep of miscommunication, mismanagement with their new property that they're just screwing up, and it's a problem waiting to happen.
It's very much War in Heaven type stuff, this.
Oh, right.
Where whenever you get sort of like stories or films where they talk about the end of the world, and it focuses on angels and stuff like this, and it talks about a rebellion happening. Yeah. And like how the seraphim were created by God to be these perfect individuals. And then, of course, God got bored with them because he created man.
Yeah.
And, what are these individuals? What are these synthetic humans that he's created?
Yeah.
You see, they have got these amazing powers, right? This is it. They can leap tall buildings at a single bound. They can fucking throw a bus like a fucking dart,
Yeah.
And he's now come off of that. And he's going on to things. So what if, like Revolt in Heaven, where Satan was then cast down into the fiery pits of hell.
Yeah.
This rebellion is coming. This rebellion is coming in the form of those kids taking it upon themselves, or at least maybe one of them, to lead a rebellion. So Nibs is the Satan role, whereas Wendy is the Michael or the Archangel Gabriel, that kind of thing.
But then you've got Curly as well.
Yeah. And Mo. And the other one, and Giuseppe, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Smee.
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe. Yeah. Mario, Peach.
Yep.
Bowser.
Him, Bowser. Yep. Peters and Lee as well. Don't forget them.
Rod, Jane, and Ferry.
You got Bingo, Flingo,
Bango,
and the other ones from the Banana Bunch. whatever that is.
Don't forget for Drew Pew
Barnaby
Grew,
Yeah.
Cuthbert Dibble Grub.
Yeah, there you go. You want a metaphor? Don't use fucking Peter Pan. Use Trumpton. Right?
Yeah,
That's
who's
much more
Kerr-
interesting.
Yeah, Kersh's Windy Miller. He's just away in his corner,
Who
just
are you?
strutting in and out.
I'm a train driver because time goes by flies by when I'm a driver of a train and I ride on a footplate there and back again. Maybe that's the geezer spraying the mould.
Yeah, we haven't
Didn't
seen
have
him
him
this
this
week.
week.
No.
God.
Maybe Nibs
Yep.
has already killed him.
And the three-legged Windy Miller is America. Look, children, it's this Chief Detective Gene Hunt beating up a nonce. Hello, Gene.
Oh dear.
Lee, what did you think of Nibs? What was going on there?
Right. Okay. I think we're going to find out something pretty damn dark with Nibs. If you really want my honest opinion, and I apologize for any triggering language on this one, but I think she has been abused in a past life.
Oh,
And I do, and I think, with the the Christianity thing and all that kind of thing, I think that's a coping mechanism. And then when the creature leaps at her and she's fighting it off again, and I think that's cracked her, and I think she's reliving past trauma and she's fantasizing a baby out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's just going to escalate into I think that's going to be one of the instigating moments of the whole outbreak going tits up. Because I think there's the moral conundrum of, you've got kids who will eternally stay kids. They will never grow up. They will never change, evolve. Sylvia's saying in the first episode, we've got to, stimulate the hormone reactions and pretend, we got to get the brain to evolve inside the body. Otherwise, it's just going to be stuck there forever. And I think that's key to all of this, that they're not being stimulated properly. So they're open to influence and, because they haven't got experience. So you've got Morrow manipulating slightly. You've got, if my theory pans out, that the aliens are manipulating Wendy, you've got the eyeball creature is going to end up, doing whatever it does. And I just think all this stuff, all these kids having no experience and being essentially frozen in amber, means that I think we're going to get, essentially it's going to be the sort of reap what you sow kind of vibe, because the whole episode, the bits that I liked was the fact that the whole episode circled around amorality, and it was all about the morals of corporate desire and greed versus humanity in its purest form of sympathy, of understanding, which kind of comes together when Nokia Boy, with his new internal lung, walks up to Eddie Hitler, who basically says, well, yeah, you can leave anytime you like. We'll just send you the bill, which you will basically need to work off for the rest of your life, because this is a top of the range lung and it costs $1 trillion or something stupid. Mm-hmm. And, basically blackmails him into essentially field testing his product, which is Wendy. And I think last week we were suggesting that perhaps Curly is going to, shall we say, come up and play with Boy Genius, because we haven't quite got to the fact that he is absolutely the most repellent human being on Earth. We haven't quite got there yet. We're getting there.
Yeah.
And so, we've got to have one last push to make him absolutely the most repugnant creature in the entire film, in the entire show. So I think all of it is going to be, things have to evolve. Evolution is the key. You have to evolve, you have to be born and die, and you have to live all these experiences. And if you don't, bad things happen. It's being stagnant. Stagnation. Aliens and the creatures from the Maginot, they all evolve and grow and change and move and get better, whereas the human race is deliberately trying to stagnate itself and be amoral about it. It's like, I don't care as long as I've got mine. That's essentially it. Morrow is literally threatening Slightly's family and using them to manipulate him just to get an egg out of the building. So it's like, are you telling me that this man who's out of time by 65 years is no longer required by his company? They don't want him, but he's quite happy to talk about his own kids, his daughter or whatever it is. And then it's like, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bully a 12-year-old child in an android's body because money, and that was the big takeaway of this episode, is everything's about amorality. It's like any kind of empathy or anything like that was frowned upon or bullied out or wiped away or seen as a weakness. And the only time anyone shows any empathy in the end is Wendy towards the chestburster. And as soon as that happens, that's the first time you see Kirsch looking through the window going, oh, fucking hell. Yeah. So I think that may be also another theme that's coming through about empathy and, manipulation and amorality and evolution. And if that's the case, I think all of that stuff is really interesting. The problem is I don't want an alien to be in that bit because it's like trying to write a metaphor and a parable for corporate greed and then saying, and then a leopard walked into the room. It's like, okay, whatever. So, as far as Nibs is concerned, I think she's going to go full Jack Torrance. I think she's going to go full Shining and start fucking things up like
I'm
quite
all for
royally.
that. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Is Edmondson, is he synthetic?
No, I don't think so. If I'm honest. He might well be.
Not
that
when he caught that ball.
Yes. But then again, I have seen him lean his head out of a train window on the way to University Challenge and have it kicked off.
So, he's a synth.
Yeah, he is
Vivian,
a synth. You're absolutely
Vivian
right.
is a synth. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Dal? Is he a synth?
Well, yeah, obviously, because, that time that he went off to do University Challenge. And, I've never seen a human stuff a ham roll in his mouth, much like he does, as the Ace of Spades is playing in the background. So I don't know. I think I don't think he's the same. If he is a synth, I don't think he's the same class as Kush.
Kush is drugs.
Yes. So I don't think he's the same. He's the same model. It's like whatever they call him in this. Kirsch is like a Nexus 4, and he's a, I don't know, Nexus 6 or something like that.
HTC One.
Yeah.
A Nokia flip phone.
A 523. Yeah.
Is this whole show really about phones?
It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, he's
Look,
a Razor.
I've got Google Maps.
Yeah. He's a Razor, mate. He's a Razor.
A razor.
Yeah. Yep.
Motorola Razor. Yeah,
Motorola Razor.
he gets up in the morning and he goes, "Hello, model."
Yep. And it looks very fancy, but it does really fuck all apart from make phone calls and tell the time.
See, because Aid Edmondson, number one, I didn't notice him in the first episode, and you told me that he was there. I was like, wow, really? And then I've seen him, and that's cool. I love it. When he was in Star Wars, he stuck out like a sore thumb, and I hated it. So I'm glad that he's kind of blending in a bit more. It doesn't feel forced, which I really like.
Forced. Star Wars.
Oh, no, I wasn't doing that.
Go on, carry on.
But I think Boy Cavalier uses him as his Filofax and just to do things for him. Basically bringing in Nokia Boy and having a little chat with him. That was, look, you go deal with that while I'm mucking around with monsters. You go do that because I can't be asked to do that. Or I need to go speak with Wendy. And I think he is a synth. He's using him like that.
Interesting.
And I think there's going to be a bit of maybe, I don't know, at some point he's going to get so pissed off with Boy, what's his name, Cavalier, same as Kirsch's as well.
Yeah.
And there could be an uprising in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting if he is an android because it suddenly plays to another theme with, with billionaires and oligarchs, which is that they surround themselves with yes men, don't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that he never gets the answer he wants, so the only people he keeps on side are the ones who are just programmed to answer him and be positive.
Although he said that to Curly as well when he was asked, when Cavalier was asking Curly, "Do you hear the voices?" When Wendy's talking and doing the alien voices, and she's like, "Yeah, sure." It's like, "No, don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what you actually know." And that was interesting because clearly, because he said stuff like that before about the other guy, grow a spine, and it's like, okay, it's all interesting. He is used to people just saying yes and getting his own way, and sometimes he actually wants to know the real truth.
Well, that's what he keeps saying about, like, he wants to have a real conversation and with something intellectually stimulating. He said that before, and his fascination with the alien dialect and talking with them. I think that's something, that's hubris that's going to come back to bite him on the arse, I suspect. But
yeah, that's his new thing, isn't it?
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, all of these interesting theories all skirt around one thing, which we're kind of not really addressing, which is this is all window dressing for what we ultimately know is going to happen, which is there's going to be a fucking great big outbreak. It's all going to turn into everyone running and screaming around corridors, and then everyone's going to die, and there's going to be a nuclear explosion. So ultimately, I guess the question is, do you actually think that will happen? And if it is going to happen, what's the point in having any of these theories if it's going to do a Star Wars prequel where all of these people are dead? So what?
Because part of me wants that not to happen.
Yeah.
Part of me wants... I've got so many questions, and I don't know whether this is canon with Alien and Aliens. I'm not too sure. I don't know how to interpret. So I'm taking it for what it is at the moment and waiting till it's all done and then see how it connects.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether they want an alien queen. We have eggs on the Maginot. Or we've been brought eggs. Were they picked up or were they laid on there? Or were they turned from something? I would love that to be the egg morphing thing. Please bring that in. Please bring that
from
in.
the first film.
Yeah,
you don't have a queen. I love
I
that.
so badly want that. I'm happy for a queen to develop after that because that makes the whole process easier. But to have that would be so fucking cool. I would love that.
Yeah.
There's nothing to. Do we know that everything was removed from that ship? I don't know. It felt like they wanted to. We also have new people on the island as well with the Marines that were there. Not the Marines, but the clear up crew. So we know that there's more people there. So there's more people to be face hugged. There's expendable people on that island.
Yeah.
So I want it all to kick off, Darren. I don't want it to be related to Resurrection, but I also want to see a burning Earth.
Yeah.
I want Alien War.
It depends on how they're treating these, these external pieces of canon. Or not canon, but stuff that could. Now, am I right in saying that the Alien franchise is now owned by Disney? Am I right?
You are correct.
Oh, well, there you go. Then I think that's answered the question. Everybody loves a multiverse, or do they? Or a big universe coming together. A big.
Why do you say these things when you know I will kill you for it?
Oh yeah, I know where you're going. I think this is going to happen anyway.
Yeah, because they do this with just about everything. And
hang on, what are you talking about? You talking about a predator or something landing in the middle of the fucking island?
Well, you know what? That you say that, but let's really push the boat out and let's because why not? Anything is possible. So what if that is the final scene of the series? A group of predators standing on a hilltop watching the destruction of the Earth with these xenomorphs, or whatever you want to call them, running rampant. Wouldn't that be funny if, they decloaked as the final act of, the final dick slap in the face?
I'm not gonna lie, I would absolutely hate that. The fan service.
Yep.
So far, in 4 episodes, the fan service has been pretty measured. Let's put it that way.
There is still time for the wank of fan. There really is. Yes.
The fan wank. No,
Yes.
I tell you what, this is not my thing, okay? I didn't come up with this, but there is something I heard the other day about this, which is that once you saw Alien, the joy of Alien, when you did see it in the first film, when you watched the first film, rather, was that there were no rules laid down. You didn't know Ash was an android. You didn't know the alien was going to come out of a chest. You didn't know what the facehugger was. You didn't know what the eggs were. You didn't know what the engineer was. You didn't know what the derelict was. You had literally no context for anything. And so the film forged its own path, and that's why it's as good as it is. Because everything was new and a surprise, and that's kind of the key, and that's the dragon that everyone else has been chasing ever since, which is why you get aliens that look like dogs, why you get aliens crossed with humans, why you get fucking alien queens, why it's just they're always trying to change it and get something new, because the real thrill of the original Alien was that it could do whatever the fuck it wanted because there were no rules. When Alien Earth works is when it's doing its own thing, when it's not sticking to rules. And I think ultimately the the worst things that happen in this show so far have been the fan service, have been the, oh, we've got to have an alien, oh, we've got to have someone welded to the inside of a freight train or whatever the fuck it was he was stuck in. We've got to have the acid for blood, we've got to have the eggs, we've got to have this iconography.
Yep.
And it's like, that stuff was scary in the first film, but it wasn't in the second or the third or the fourth, or even like when we're up to the fucking Alien versus Predator movies. So the best thing that Alien Earth could actually do now is do its own thing with the new creatures that they've got, and keep the alien out of the fucking frame. Keep the androids out the fucking frame. Just for me, well, the theory, the other thing that everyone was this guy was saying was, just do your own thing. Stop trying to be Alien anymore. I stop trying to follow the formula and do something new with it, do something old with it, and doing the fan stuff with it. I know it would annoy people because people are going, I want to see my alien drooling all over a lady in her pants or something. I don't.
Yeah.
But the stuff that I found the most interesting in this fourth episode had nothing to do with the alien, had nothing to do with Weyland-Yutani. It had everything to do with this brand new corporation that we didn't know anything about. They were making their own stories up about it, Prodigy, and all these other corporations that we now know are out there. If there's more series, I almost guarantee it'll be another corporation with their own structure and their own things, and their own objectives. And I don't know. I just, as soon as you say things like, "Oh, we've got to have an alien queen," or "Oh, there's a predator," or something like that, my brain just turns to fucking anger, because it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, not again. Let's not do that. It's the kind of conversation that you'd get in a convention center where people are all going, "Ooh, let's see the alien. Let's see the alien." I clapped. I clapped. I saw a thing I recognized and I clapped. ATSTs. Darth Vader. Death Star. It's just, I don't want to see that. Just do something new. Go off and do something new.
No, now that would... I'm all for that. All for doing something new in the way that I think. But yeah, I've already moaned about people doing stuff new when they change shit and put like big pulsing vaginas on the wall, because that's how an alien grows now. No, in my head, that doesn't work. I hate that. But that was someone trying to do something new, and I lambasted it straight away. I hate it. I don't like change. I do not like change.
I think there's a difference. See, there's a difference there. See, what we've got there is, in the case of Romulus, you've got established events that happen over the course of now somewhere close to like 7 or 8 films. So you know what the alien does, how it does it. So when someone starts fucking about with that and brings nothing new to it other than, look, I did something new to this thing, and changes it, it's like, oh, Darth Vader suddenly decides he wants to be sky blue pink. It's just like, okay, but why? What does that change? What does that add to the show? What does it add to the character?
I think Darth Vader's taken one too many lightsaber blows to the fucking head. That's what I think.
Exactly. But the things that worked in Romulus and the things that worked in this are when it goes, okay, the stuff that is over there. It hasn't changed. It's over there. Let's have new stuff over here. In the case of Romulus, it was little details like the self-aiming gun, or, the acid floating in zero gravity. The fact that we had, action scenes and sequences in zero gravity, which we haven't seen in other Alien shows. Or in the case of Alien Earth, the first episode, they show you the Maginot. They show you what's on the Maginot, and then they just go, you know what? fuck that. You knew what happened in the first Alien movie.
Yeah.
It's happened again.
Yeah.
Let's just jump that. And to me, that's actually kind of the way to do it. Don't do all this unsubverting expectations by, I don't know, fucking painting, turning Jaws from a shark into a fucking octopus. Don't do any of that crap. Don't change for change's sake, but go and go push out into the universe in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was going to say. That's what I liked in this one. All the corporate shit was really. I was sitting there going, "Ooh, this is all leading up to something big." But I'm just hoping it just doesn't turn into, "Hey, guess what? Hey, kids, these monsters are out. Everyone's running around screaming. Here comes a nuke. Boom! The end."
This all smacks of some a studio that's frightened of taking a chance on this, because I think watching this show has proved there's a lot more to this universe than just having the alien show up. You don't want it to be about the alien? Fine. Don't call it Alien something. Call it, can't even call it Prodigy, really, because that's Star Trek Prodigy. But you could call it something else. I don't know.
Wayland or something like that. Yeah.
Wayland, right? Okay. You could have had this about Weyland-Yutani, right? And you could have had, the 3 different types of synthetic human as being each one copyrighted and owned by the different companies, And just don't have Alien as part of it. Show us something else that goes on in this universe. It's like having Star Wars films that have always got fucking Jedi in them. Can we have, let's concentrate on something that's not a Jedi. How about we concentrate on something that's like, not an alien. How about that? Some political intrigue like this, the corporate intrigue.
Right? Well, I was going to say, it's interesting that when a universe like Star Wars has done that, you've got things like Mandalorian and you've got things like Andor.
Yeah.
Arguably the 2 best things that Star Wars has produced in the last 10 years. Whereas, when they try and fan favorite, you get Rise of the Skywalker, from what I understand. Still haven't seen it.
You ain't missed much.
No, so I'm gathering. Okay, so the next episode has the title "In Space, No One." ... And I'm wondering if we're going to spend a whole episode on the Maginot.
We knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah. And by the way, and just another thing for Lee's
I fucking knew it.
moment.
Yeah.
When Eddie Hitler, old Vivian, is sitting there telling Nokia Boy, we own your lungs, do our job, or we're going to bill you.
Yeah.
Did you see the 3 heads behind him
Yes,
on the
I
wall?
did.
Yeah. Did you see Mr. Tang?
Yep. I mean, I saw him in the very first episode anyway. I think it was there. They showed you 3 heads before.
I couldn't see his face. I saw them, but I couldn't recognize his face from
It
that.
was the one on the far right.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I reckon we're going to get the, hey, guess what? Mr. Tang sabotaged Maginot. Boy Cavalier knew about these things all along. And, and that's also the person who lowered the bugs onto those 2 soldiers' heads in the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
Or was it the 1st episode? I lose track now. But you saw that bug get lowered in on a fishing wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I've got so, but I know we're like
Go on.
twice the length of the actual episode itself already. But
Well, okay. I tell you what. We're at an hour and 38. I tell you what. Let's finish it let's finish it in let's call it in about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to Elton's Got Questions. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, go on, Elton. What you got?
Well, I don't think I have questions. I just got observations I really want to say.
Yeah,
that I
absolutely.
need
You
to
go
say
for it.
them.
Say them. Say them.
The sheep standing up. I fucking loved that so much. The way that
Yes.
thing crawled in the eye and popped out the eye, and it just stood up bolt right. And it's like, oh, that is so awkward. Then it went back down, but that standing up was just, oh dear, that is so creepy. So yeah, I was well up for that. I thought that was great. The gestation time, it seems to have corrected itself, and they seem to have got it right in this. Because Morrow said about introducing one of the eggs to a person, and he said to Smee about it taking a day or so. And it's going to be a real uncomfortable couple of days. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's not the 5 minutes of on your face, off your face, and all of a sudden it's bursting through your gut or whatever.
Yeah. Thank you, Alien Romulus.
Yeah. So that's great. The doll head at the very beginning, what do you reckon that represented? I immediately I thought Newt straight away. So I don't know whether that's just a little callback or whether it is representing anything.
Yeah. It's been washed up on a beach, isn't it? It's
Is it about toys being discarded? And so you could say about Cavalier discarding his own toys, i.e. the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Or the children not having toy. Well, they were playing with some toys, but they don't have that child. They're missing out on their childhood. So no toys are thrown. It means so many things, and plus the Newt thing as well.
Yep.
So I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, I just needed to say them things.
No, it's cool. Do you ever thought on the toy on the beach there, Dal?
On the toy on the beach, the headless toy on the beach.
The head. Yeah.
Yeah. Or should I say the head on the beach there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I thought that was?
Go on.
Because I was watching this, I was watching this on my phone and that, So I'm on the train watching this, and I actually thought that was Nokia Boy's lung. Right? I thought they'd let it go, let it end up on a beach so it gestates, and they're letting it go as an experiment to see
it was
what
on the beach
does.
earning 20%.
Yeah, it was on the beach earning 20%. Yeah. So that's what I thought it was to begin with. But I think, you see, we don't know where that doll's head came from. Right?
Yeah.
Is this a trip to the future that we've just seen?
Oh, God.
Is this like from a boat that's been raided by the alien?
Yeah, it could be.
And everybody's been murdered, or like a resort, maybe a holiday resort.
On that private island.
On that private island, yeah.
On Tracy Island.
On Tracy Island. Or some kind of facility that, the things got into and infiltrated and killed everyone on it.
Yeah. I saw it and I thought, I wonder what that's got to mean something. Because, fuck me, they're really trying hard with symbolism now. Especially with the long, soft crossfades.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
In the spider's web, trapped in the spider's web. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Next thing they'll be saying is that we're the real monsters.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That whole thing of I'm being very clever. Look at the crossfades. You're in a web. Oh dear. So I thought, maybe it's a metaphor. Discarded toys, unwanted things. elements that you kind of cared for and then you don't care for anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a metaphor, that's kind of how it works. I think that would work. Yeah, I mean, my takeaway is that everyone's horrible to children in this universe. I think that's generally the that's generally the takeaway. It's like you know, adults will exploit children if money's in it. I think that's generally the takeaway, which makes the fact that I'm almost still entirely certain that either something horrible happened to Nibs in her past that's helped her crack, and something horrible's in Curly's future when she finally rocks up to Kid Kavanaugh's boudoir.
Yeah.
It's just everything about that makes me go ooh, and it kind of feeds into that thing that Nokia Boy kept going on about. It's like, you know, these are children. You know, you don't care. And he's like, no, they're software in $20 trillion artificial bodies.
Yeah.
Which again, I think is just lining up. As far as the sheep is concerned, I have to say that sheep scene really finally sold old Octo-Eye to me as a creature.
Yeah.
I thought that was very well done. Because when I first saw the Octo-Eye, like I say, I thought it was something from Trapdoor. I really did. I thought it was just a naff design. But once it's in the sheep and you know it's controlling the sheep, and it's sort of like it's testing out the body and making it stand up, it was like, oh my God, that's fucking grim. And then it sort of slams the head down to just detach the eye some more.
Yeah.
You know, just get rid of the eye. Come on, how are we going to do this without any feet? Okay, slam, done. So yeah, I like that. That actually won me over. I'm also quite interested to see what. There's one creature in one of the tubes which looks like a gigantic kind of beetle with really spindly legs, like an orb weaver spider or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't see it, and they keep not going over to it, and you never quite get to see it.
Is that the one that was in? Because I don't think we mentioned it when we were looking at Nokia Boy. I love that's his name now. And we saw something in a skylight move away in one of the other episodes, but I don't think we mentioned it.
Yeah, we didn't see it, did we? I wasn't entirely sure whether or not that was. I don't know what that is. I thought it was kind of alluding to the tail of the big chap, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not. I'm entirely, or maybe it's Mr. Tang still flopping about somewhere.
I'm just hoping that there's other things still left on that ship.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know. I don't want it to turn into a monster movie, but in some ways, I'm kind of curious as to what else is out there apart from just that bloaty bug tick thing and Octo-Eye.
What did we? I don't know if we spoke about this. What did we think of the chest burster then? Did we speak about that?
No, we did. Well, we didn't speak about actually it. I'm going to be honest. I actually quite like the slight redesign, if I'm honest. Do you want me to be super ultra nerdy on this or not?
There's a colour thing.
Well, there's a colour thing where it's not pink, and that to me doesn't bother me, I don't think, because it's like, well, it's grown in a different material. It's been given different nutrients. Genetic differences. There's all sorts of reasons you could write off, with that one. It's no different than, I don't know, two kids are born from the same parents. One's got brown hair, one's got slightly lighter hair. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
I can live with that. The interesting thing I found was that in the first Alien, it didn't have arms. In the second one, it didn't. in the watch the first one again. It's just literally just got, you see the shoulders and these little tiny like flipper things.
Yeah, I thought it was all tucked up.
Now in the second one, it's got arms and then you can see it. Third one, it comes out, it looks like a dog straight away.
Yeah.
Fourth one, you never really see chest bursters in the full film.
Yeah, it bursts through that guy's chest into the guy's head.
Yeah, well, you only see the face, is what I'm saying. You don't really get to see it. In the case of
Covenant. That's the worst one.
Covenant, it just comes out looking like Big Chap, fully formed, like a fucking puppet, like a rod puppet, and it's just fucking bollocks. And then it does a sort of like Buffalo Bill, would you fuck me, I'll fuck me kind of pose, and kind of puts its arms out, T-pose to assert dominance.
Tucks its winky in between its legs.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got this image in my head now of it doing the Kermit the Frog flailing arms thing. You know.
Yeah, the was it Team America World Police? If you got a, give us the secret signal, waving his arms around, sort of going, yeah. So this one, when it came out and it was like a lot bigger, is a lot more solid, and it felt. I liked it. I liked the kind of tweak of the design because the legs and the arms were actually sort of inside, kind of vestigial inside the sort of chest area.
Mm-hmm.
So it hadn't quite evolved out to get its arms and legs, and the head being slightly more bulbous and forward made more sense to me, because it's when it's bursting out, it's like those dinosaurs with the bone protrusion on their forehead.
Yes.
That it needs to have the force to punch its way out. So to me, that actually, I quite like that redesign. I mean, I didn't really care for singing to it like a fucking mogwai, but, we'll see how that plays out, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to weigh in on that?
What, the design of the
the
chest burster?
The chest burster.
If I got to be honest, I just wasn't concentrating that much on the tiny, tiny details of it. It's because it's heavily linked with the, the thing that, the eye rolling, I fucking knew it moment.
Yeah. Oh, do fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. Okay, final thoughts then. I wouldn't say I'm hating it right now. There's a lot about it I like on the corporate side. The alien side is still meh for me. I like the eyeball creature more than I thought I would. Elton.
Still loving all the synth stuff. I like that the chest burster flew across the room because it hasn't got a chest to actually burst through. That's cool. I really like that. I don't know how they can contain that. I don't know how I feel about it snuggling up to her hand. I don't know if I like that or not.
For me, that's animator's shorthand for we are friends.
Yeah, I know, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that or not, because I don't think it would do. In my head, I don't think it would do that. I think it would just go off and do its thing somewhere else and grow, because it doesn't need food, because it gets nutrients from the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
Yes.
that's just me.
Yeah.
But I'm loving all the synthetic stuff. I'm enjoying it a lot more than what I thought. When I first started watching this, I thought I was going to be kicking it left, right, and centre. I suppose I am a little bit, but only with the alien thing. The rest of it, I'm thoroughly enjoying.
Cool. Excellent. And Dow?
Just to echo what's been said, it's the parts that I'm really enjoying are the parts that should have been the main focus of this show anyway. That's it. I think including the alien in it it's a cynical move to get people to pay attention to it. You know, because the alien in this is Boba Fett. He is Darth Maul. He is, you know, insert any other bad guy that was made a big fuss about that turned out like he is Dave Bautista in whichever James Bond film he was in. Spectre, yeah, right. That's it. All on screen for all of 5 seconds. You know, done and dusted.
Cool.
So yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, like I say, next week we'll be back. If anybody wants to leave any feedback for this episode, you know the usual routes. You go on to the emails and you send it to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, or you go on to the Facebook group and you go to facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast and leave non-spoiler messages, because don't forget, people can still read them if you leave them under there. Non-spoiler messages underneath the episode. Or you can hit me up as old Monk did, and hit me up on Blue Sky. I am cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. Right, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And we will be back next week to, like I say that in space, comma, no one, ... We'll see you next week. Till then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.